I'm Ellie, a legal ops engineer here at Wordsmith, and today I'm going to show you how you can build horizon scanning with Wordsmith. Most teams react to regulatory changes, news, and competitor moves, but what if you could see around corners and flag relevant risks and opportunities before they became a fire drill? So there's multiple ways that you can do this, but today I'm going to walk you through how you can do this in Slack with and without Zapier. So if you do have Zapier, you're going to want to stick around for this portion of the video. If you don't, you're going to want to skip on and we'll give you the timestamp below this video. What we're going to build is going to look like this. So imagine you were an employment lawyer and it was flagged that the minimum wage was increasing this year. Through RSS feeds in Zapier, we can send this directly into Slack and we can get AI via Wordsmith to read that link for you and then output the information that you want in the format that you need it. So you can see that I've asked it to tell me what type of source it is. So maybe I've got multiple different RSS feeds coming through this channel. It's clearly a government official guidance from Gov.uk. The implementation date is the 1st of the 4th, 2025. Gives me a brief summary. Again, I've asked for 5 to 7 bullet points. The implications on my company. So it's given me some really good oversights as to what I'm going to need to look at. But the really important part here is that it is flagged that my employee policy is out of date. So if I click into this employee policy, you can see that I have the old minimum wage in here. So it's correctly identified that I need to update my employee policy with the latest wage increase. It's also given me some recommendations, again, against my uploaded information for further details where I can go to, and it's also tagged our employment lawyer, Emily. Okay, what do you need open to build this? So 3 things that you're going to need to have open is Wordsmith, Zapier, and the website from which you want to pull the RSS feed. So we're going to get started here. Now, let's pretend, well, we don't need to pretend, but I read TechCrunch quite frequently, and let's say that I only want to pull the latest updates from TechCrunch that have anything to do with AI. So I only want to pull AI articles from TechCrunch. What Command F and look for RSS. Typically, that will pull you down to the bottom of the page. RSS terms of use. I am going to click our feed, and I'm simply going to copy this URL. Now, sometimes it's not so simple to find these URLs. Sometimes if I'm stuck, I'll just go to ChatGPT and I'll ask, does the BBC have an RSS feed? And it'll be able to take me there. Now that we've copied that, we're going to head back to Zapier and we are going to start a Zap. First thing we're going to set up is the trigger. So what is the event that is going to start our Zap? And we've discussed before that this is going to be a new update in the RSS feed for TechCrunch. So we're going to search for RSS, trigger event, new item and feed URL. That's just what we copied. So that's going to pull through the 3 latest publications from TechCrunch. So we can see feed C, feed B, and feed A. Now, the reason I'm going to go with feed A is because in this example, I wanted to pull through any publications that mention AI, and of course, we're going to need a publication with AI to be able to continue this. So I'm going to select feed A. You can select any one of them. Now, the next step is going to be action. So what do we want to happen after there's a new item in that RSS feed? We're going to want to filter. And the reason for this is that without this filter, all publications from TechCrunch are going to pull through. So I am going to go with simple conditional logic. So only continue if the text contains AI. You can go with more and criteria, but I'm going to go or description contains AI. Now this is going to give it a test. We know that this is going to work because as we discussed before, you can see description, a voice first AI powered companion. What you're going to want to do is navigate to Wordsmith, hit workspaces, and I'm going to show you what I've set up earlier for that employment example that I gave you. So you can see that I've got that employment policy added. It's been synced as a source. So again, we connect with Google Drive, SharePoint, Confluence, Notion. I sync with my Google Drive. So all updates are being pulled directly from it. The second part to this is the custom instructions. So I'm going to show you what I had in earlier, and I'm sure you'll recognize it. So I had type of source. Again, what is it? Legislation, blog, report, etc. The implementation date, I wanted it in day, month, year format, summary, 5 to 7 bullet points, the implication of my company, so it was Acme Limited, and I wanted it again in bullet points, recommendations, so what changes need to be made to the internal policy, and then I want you to tag Emily, who's our employment lawyer, at the bottom of every answer on either side. This is using Markdown, so this is going to tell the AI that I want the type of source, implementation date, summary, etc. to be all bolded. Now we're going to draft our own custom instructions. So what do I want to know about any articles coming in from TechCrunch? I want to know the source type. So is it a blog, newsletter, etc.? Because again, maybe I have multiple different RSS feeds coming in, maybe some different news outlets, different RSS feeds coming in, and I want to be able to understand which one's which. I want a summary, so 3 to 5 bullet points, use emojis in your answer. I want it to be more visually appealing, and I also want you to tag Emily at the end of every answer. So we're going to hit done. The next thing we're going to do is hook this up to Slack. So you can see currently I have it in horizon_scanning. We're going to create a new channel together. So I'm going to hit create new channel, horizon__scanning, very inventive. We're going to hit create. Now Wordsmith is connected to Slack. So we're going to want to go back to Zapier. We're going to want to make sure that the RSS feed that we have filtered is now going to be sent into the same Slack channel as Wordsmith. So the lap in the Zap will be send channel message. You're then going to select the same channel. So in this scenario, it's going to be horizon__scanning. Message text, we're just going to hit raw link and we're going to hit continue. So we're going to test that step. Then we're going to navigate over to Slack. You see that Zapier has inputted the RSS feed. We're going to allow Wordsmith to now pick this up and you can see that it's given our answer. So source type, tech, new article, blog, summary, 3 to 5 bullet points, and it's also tagged Emily at the end. And just to point out, if I head to my Substack and I look at the Figma flows, there are multiple different ways that you can do this. So again, you can see that we've got the new item in the RSS feed. So this was TechCrunch. Filter conditions, so we've said if the article mentions AI, proceed. Wordsmith is scraping the URL, and this is what I want the output to be. You can send this to Microsoft Teams, Slack, Gmail, or your project management tool. You can also have Wordsmith read it in Zapier before it gets sent to any of these. So you don't even need Wordsmith to be able to actually pick it up in Slack. You can have it process it before it even hits Slack. It's really up to you what you want to do with Zapier. So again, this is how you set it up with Zapier. If you don't have Zapier, what you're going to want, again, you're going to want to head to TechCrunch. You're going to want to look for that RSS feed. You're going to click in and we are going to copy that link. After this, we're going to navigate to Slack. We're going to look for apps. And we are going to open RSS. From there, I'm going to paste in my feed URL and I'm going to choose what channel I want to post it to. So again, that's going to be the horizon__scanning and I'm going to subscribe to that feed. So what that now means is every single time TechCrunch posts a new article, it is going to be sent straight into my Slack channel. Now, what we want to happen from here is we want Wordsmith to be able to pick this up. So we're going to head over to Wordsmith. We're going to navigate to now that I'm in my workspace, I've got a couple of options. So I can add sources. Now, for this example, I don't want to do that. But if I had maybe, like in the employment example, I wanted to add my employment policies or anything that I wanted the AI to reason over when it was making its decision or giving me some outcomes, I could do that by syncing it from my Google Drive, SharePoint, Confluence, Notion, or upload my existing files. The second part to this is adding the custom instructions. So this tells the AI how do you want it to behave and think. So in this example, using Markdown, I'm going to use asterisks outside the titles that I want to give. So I want this to be bolded, therefore I'm going to add asterisks. I want to know the source type. So maybe I've got multiple RSS feeds going on in that same channel. So maybe I've got the BBC going in, I've got maybe Gov UK. So I want to know what is the source type. The second part, I want to have a summary, so just 3 to 5 bullet points, a summary of the article. I want to use emojis in the answer because I want it to be more visually appealing, and then I want it to always tag Emily at the end of every single answer. And that's just a simple Slack tag. So to find that, you want to navigate over to Slack. I'm going to look at my profile. I'm going to hit the 3 dots, copy member ID. And that's how you input your Slack ID. So we're going to hit done. The final part to this is connecting Wordsmith to the same channel that RSS feed is coming into. So that's going to be horizon__scanning. And to do so, all you need to do is add channel. You can either create a new channel or add it to a pre-existing one. Again, because we've already added it to horizon__scanning, we're going to want to make sure that it's in the same channel, and it is. So we're going to hit connect, and now it's done. I head back over to Slack, so you can see that unfortunately TechCrunch hasn't posted in the last 10 minutes. So I'm going to use the example from the Zapier connection that I used just slightly earlier in this video. The RSS feed will post in this exact same URL. It just won't appear as Zapier. Then Wordsmith will pick it up. So if I open up this thread, you can see that Wordsmith has used the exact same instructions to reason over the URL. So it scraped the URL, it's given me my summary, so 3 to 5 bullet points, it's used emojis, and it's also tagged Emily at the bottom of the answer. So that is how you set up horizon scanning using Wordsmith with and without Zapier.